Wide shot of a realistic miniature riverbed filled with thick sludge and debris.
The yellow hydraulic excavator tracks slowly onto the muddy river bank.
Close-up of the excavator's metal bucket hovering over the murky water.
The bucket plunges into the water, creating a soft ripple reflection. The excavator pulls up a full load of thick, glistening mud. The excavator swivels its cab smoothly toward the waiting dump truck.
The bucket opens, releasing the mud into the yellow dump truck bed.
Macro shot of the wet mud settling against the truck's metal frame.
The excavator returns to the water for another scoop.
Water drips from the bucket teeth as it rises again.
The dump truck engine idles with a realistic vibration. The excavator digs deeper into the center of the river channel.
The bucket scrapes a submerged rock, showing the power of the hydraulics. Another heavy scoop of mud is deposited into the dump truck.
The dump truck begins to drive away, its tires churning through soft sand.
Low-angle shot of the truck climbing a small incline.
The truck reaches the dump site and activates its hydraulic lift.
The mud slides out of the truck bed in one satisfying clump.
The empty truck drives back toward the dredging site.
The excavator is busy leveling a section of the riverbank. Close-up of the hydraulic pistons moving in and out smoothly.
The truck returns and parks perfectly in position.
The excavator scoops out a large clump of wet moss and silt.
Slow motion shot of the mud falling into the truck.
The excavator tracks shift slightly to find better footing.
A wide shot shows the river becoming clearer in the dredged areas. The excavator boom reaches out to its maximum length.
The bucket pulls through the water with a consistent, slow drag. Another full load is delivered to the truck.
The truck drives through a small puddle, splashing real water.
Close-up of the excavator operator's cab, empty but detailed.
The excavator unearths a large buried pebble.
The bucket carefully grips the pebble and lifts it out.
The pebble is placed neatly to the side of the work area. The truck returns from its second trip.
Excavator digs into the bank to create a wider curve in the river.
Macro shot of the wet sand crumbling as the bucket bites.
A load of sand and mud is dropped into the truck.
The excavator does a 360-degree spin to show off its mobility.
The truck heads out again, tires caked in mud.
The excavator uses its bucket to smooth out the underwater surface.
The camera captures a reflection of the excavator in the still water.
The excavator tracks backward to a new section of the river.
A view from the excavator's point of view looking at the bucket.
Deep dredging in a narrow corner of the riverbed. The truck returns and lines up with the excavator's tracks.
A massive scoop of mud is pulled from the depths.
Mud overflows slightly from the truck as it is filled to the brim.
The truck navigates a narrow path along the river's edge.
The excavator begins to place the pebbles found earlier.
Macro shot of the bucket, placing a single small stone.
The truck dumps its load at the waste site, forming a large mound.
The excavator uses the flat of its bucket to tamp down the earth.
Water begins to flow more freely into the dredged area.
The excavator does a final sweep of the river floor.
The excavator watches as the final truckload is loaded.
The truck drives off into the sunset.
Close-up of the clean, flowing water in the newly dredged channel.
The excavator cleans its own bucket by dipping it in the clean water.
Assembly of a small wooden pier on the bank.
The excavator helps lift a small wooden beam into place.
The truck returns empty and parks next to the new pier. A wide shot of the entire completed miniature landscape. Macro shot of the excavator's tracks on the finished soil. Final polish, spraying the scene with a fine mist for a wet look. The excavator shuts down its lights with a flicker.
The truck's headlights turn off.
Slow pan across the clean riverbed, showing the depth.
Close-up of the water flowing around the new rocks.
The excavator and truck parked side by side in a hero shot.
A final look at the sludge pile, now neatly contained. A ripple moves across the water, reflecting the yellow machines.
Fade to black as the excavator arm gives a small wave.